Clearly, the first feeling is joy that for the first time in 30 years, a new vessel has become available, modern, large, well-equipped. And the second feeling is, surely, pride in our company. It is our company that begins to operate such vessels.
Vladimir Limanov is a new generation vessel, a new level of efficiency and safe fishing.
This is a milestone project for us and will be highlighted in this fishing sector as well as the shipbuilding sector worldwide, among Turkey, of course. We are very proud to be awarded for the building of this good vessel.
The Supertrawler design ships Technics has developed for Russian fishery is unique in concept. However, we see this as an evolution with reference to previous large-size catcher processors being built for Norwegian, Russian and Alaskan fisheries in the past.
The vessel has very great potential. It can be demonstrated by its equipment, its factory. The capacities are good, everything operates very well. Everybody liked the vessel. We are delighted with it, of course. This is a good vessel.
December 2020. Tersan Shipyard. Last preparations. A solemn ceremony of handing over the Supertrawler Vladimir Limanov to the Russian Fishery Company takes place. This is the first vessel of the future renewed fleet of the Russian Fishery Company. It will be replenished by another 10 vessels being built by the Admiralty shipyards in St. Petersburg. Vladimir Limanov will start fishing in early 2021.
Unfortunately, earlier, Russian shipbuilders didn't have the opportunity to build fishing vessels. The Tersan Shipyard, which has considerable experience in building fishing boats, was entrusted with building a first-in-class vessel.
That Tersan Shipyard has built for many years for these kind of advanced niche processing factory trawlers. Even more important, for decades this type of surumi processing plant, factory trawler, hadn't been built in the world even. But with this prototype, we will be building this advanced vessel, and hopefully it will serve as a prototype for the rest of the series that are built by our Russian colleagues in Russia.
Every new vessel of the Russian Fishery Company's future fleet is more than 108 meters in length, 21 meters in breadth, 15 knots at full speed, 45 days of independent sailing, 139 persons on board. It is able to take on 5,700 tons of cargo.
Russian Fishery Company have been deeply involved in the project development work from the very beginning. Based upon their requirements, we have made applications and solutions accordingly. It goes without saying that our staff of designers and experts have been very honored and excited to join Russian fishery in developing this new generation of supertrawlers. This project will become the largest single investment project in the seafood industry in the world in this century.
For almost 30 years, no heavy and medium tonnage fishing vessels have been built in Russia. Those that are now engaged in fishing were launched before the 90s. And finally, new ones appeared to replace the outdated vessels. Modern vessels are vastly superior to those of the Soviet days. Dimension, power, speed, and, of course, the amount of fish caught and processed. Vladimir Limanov, like the entire series of the Project ST-192 vessels, is the pinnacle of modern engineering marvel. The Supertrawler is at the same time a fishing vessel, a modern factory for processing caught fish into finished products that are frozen directly at sea, and a comfortable home for fishermen. The core of the fishing vessel is a fish processing factory. 7 manufacturing lines to process pollock and herring are installed on the area of about 1,000 square meters. During the year, the factory will produce almost 15,000 tons of fish fillets, mince, as well as surimi, the company's new deep processed product based on white fish meat. In addition, about 8,000 tons of other fish products.
The factory is equipped with state-of-the-art equipment. It can process a catch up to 100%. That is, we throw nothing overboard. All products that appear on the deck are processed. The new vessel is an example of respect for the environment, one boasting integrated solutions for efficient and quality fishing.
Yes, a lot of emotions. To my mind, the factory will justify itself with such a great number of various equipment that will affect favorably our salary. Let's hope.
The first-in-class vessel of the new fishing fleet was named in honor of Vladimir Yakovlevich Limanov, the man who devoted his whole life to the Marine fleet. The eldest son in a large family. Besides him, there were 5 children. Limanov grew up in a difficult war and post-war time. A lot of family concerns were on his shoulders, but Limanov was able to enter the Marine Engineering Department of Higher Nautical School in Vladivostok. He worked his way from a ship engineer in Sakhalin to one of the managers of the Pacific Inspection of the USSR Register of the Ministry of Marine Fleet. He visited foreign countries many times, exercised technical supervision of repairs, construction, and re-equipment of vessels. He headed the inspection of the USSR Register in Czechoslovakia for 4 years. Then he returned to Vladivostok, again as Chief Inspection Engineer.
Speaking about the Far Eastern Shipping Company, I remember how enthusiastically it dealt with the game-changing vessels at that time, the ship carriers Alexeyev and Rybin. It led the groups that accepted those vessels. They were highly sophisticated, even according to international standards. There were many innovations, and we had to speak the same language as the largest manufacturers. The vessels were built in Japan at that time. All this required tremendous competencies, both foreign language proficiency and technical competence and others. They made every effort with their work and coped with it excellently, and the vessels served faithfully for a long time.
In any situation, Vladimir Yakovlevich prioritized safety over other things. Just some statistics. For the time of work of Limanov and his colleagues from 1970 to 1987, the number of wrecks of Soviet vessels decreased by 4.5 times.
My professional life has always been connected with the philosophy, safety comes first. I learned this from Vladimir Yakovlevich. He had the greatest respect for men of the sea, professional seamen, fishermen, and of course, he was always bothered by any inattention and negligence, which would ultimately lead to undesirable and unpleasant maritime consequences in our difficult fishing work on the world's oceans.
The life and soul of the party, Vladimir Limanov loved people. His house was always full of guests. Despite the fact that he put his work first, he could always find time for kids and grandkids who adored him.
All women in our house were his well-wishers. Large groups of friends met in this small apartment very often. Now the apartment has another layout than before. And when a person who lived here for a long time came here, he said, how we gathered here in groups of 17 people.
People have always been of paramount concern for Limanov. Here, on the trawler named after him, the most comfortable conditions are created for fishermen. Cozy cabins with separate bathroom units, spacious dining room, cinema, and gym are provided.
New, splendid cabins, large portholes, showers, wash basins. Everything is good. Air conditioner, TV sets are available in every cabin. Cabins are very convenient. We live here so comfortably, as at home.
In regard to living conditions, it's very comfortable. I think everybody will be happy. Every cabin has a TV set, a telephone, a shower, toilet, underfloor heating, and all benefit from an air heating system.
I've been working at sea from 1987. I have extensive experience. I work on ships that were built in 94, 95 in Spain. But you know, after 25 years, this is just fantastic.
Fantastic. The chef of the vessel, Vladimir Limanov, is talking about the cookroom. New, modern, outfitted with state-of-the-art equipment.
Turn on, set the temperature, and the process underway. Here we can cook fish, bake bread, make desserts. We have another such oven. It is very good that we have 2 deep fryers here. In other words, we can use one, for example, for cooking pasta, and another one for different fries. Not every restaurant has such equipment.
Delicious and healthy food is an important thing for fishermen because they put to sea for long months. Supertrawler Vladimir Limanov will fish in the waters of the Sea of Okhotsk and Bering Sea. This is the place where the main stocks of Russian pollock and herring are concentrated. The rough Pacific waters are home for rock-solid vessels. Most waters where the fish are caught are inaccessible for low ice class vessels from November to April. The Supertrawler is designed to operate in extreme conditions and in any sea states.
These are absolutely new vessels, very modern and very powerful, designed to operate in the severest conditions, both in ice and other inclement weather. They reduce time losses that occur at sea due to stormy weather and so forth. Accordingly, this results in great productivity in the manufacture of high-quality products that go directly to the consumer.
The new vessel is outfitted with state-of-the-art equipment. There are many electronic devices, radio control, winches, and cranes. First, work is easier and more reliable, and the power can be increased.
The bridge is the place where the main person on board will control all processes. The equipment is comparable to fittings of a research center. The trawler will search for fish using sonar and television systems.
I used to work as a captain. I think many experts would like to work on this project. The best of them will be given a chance.
The next generation fishing trawler is a new level of efficiency, power, and productivity, and a special, careful attitude to the environment. Thanks to waste-free technologies, about 6,000 tons of fish meal and fish oil will be produced from residues of the main production.
This is a fish meal factory, space where fish meal and fish oil are produced from waste of the fish workshop. Our fish oil can be used both for sale to the foreign and domestic markets, and is also used as fuel for boilers, so that nothing is wasted in order to save fuel. There is a full production cycle here. Practically pure water at the final stage. No fat, no protein, only water and product. Fish meal and fish oil. At the moment, this is probably the most modern equipment in the Russian fishing fleet.
State-of-the-art technologies provide not only waste-free production, carbon dioxide emissions of the new vessel are reduced by half. This is the highest level of energy efficiency and environmental friendliness available today.
Special emphasis has been made to reduce the total energy demand, hence obtaining low carbon footprints. A new hull design creating less resistance in various sea states, as well as in ice conditions, in combination with a large propeller where both pitch and revolutions can be optimized for different operations. This provides for minimized energy consumption. Waste heat recovery systems, recuperating energy from main engine exhaust and air and cooling water systems. And there is more, recuperating energy from other major consumers.
It's like in a Tesla electric vehicle, putting some of the energy back to the system.
Put simply, the energy we spend on work accumulates, and then the accumulated energy comes back to work. That is, we have less power losses on the vessel. This means fuel savings, and our fuel is rather expensive.
Safety and environmental friendliness of fishing, the most careful handling of biological resources, top quality products for consumers around the world. Comfortable working and rest conditions for the crews. Construction of the new Supertrawler is success of not only the Russian Fishery Company, but the entire fishing industry of our country.
It is very good that one of the newest and most modern vessels is part of the Russian fishing fleet and will operate for the benefit of people, do a good job, and I want to believe that it will be a safe place for the crew who will work on this vessel. It's a good thing that the vessel bears the name of one of the best representatives of marine technology in the Far East, and it's also important to follow their principles. Have a safe voyage, Vladimir Limanov. Sail well, all corrections for zero, fair winds and following seas, and always return safely to home shores.